The only thing standing in between you and that creator, that artist that you idolize, is that they pressed publish more times than you have. You have overglorified success, so much so that years have gone by and you have created close to nothing, a tiny fraction of what you're actually capable of, and you are stuck staring at the drawing board, paralyzed. I find myself falling into this trap and I laugh because I'm sitting there trying to create my life's work before I even create one simple project. And ironically, we think we are being so productive because we are just mapping out our entire life. We're thinking about every single variable, where this will lead, where that will lead. And while all of that is going on, nothing is created outside in the real world. Not only is the life's work never created, but nothing is ever created. Not a single person is inspired by anything that you have done because you have done nothing. Do you now see how powerful uploading that one garbage video is? The importance of making your calling real, telling the world, hey, I'm here for good. If that video gets one view, you're a success story. You have outwitted the 80% who are stuck in a shadow life, consuming other people's content and daydreaming about the brand that they envision. The whole point of this advice and to begin and to start is to spark a flame that continues to burn. Stop putting everything on a pedestal, out of your reach. This is what I was alluding to in the intro. This is where we all tend to get stuck, where we all say, no, this is my life's work. I have to meditate some more. I have to read 100 more books. I have to learn more about the world. I have to think about this and map that out and really think about all of these things. Then maybe I can make that video. Maybe I can share that project with the world. But it's too important to just throw out there. Having a platform, seeing results from our work, gaining attention, admiration, a following, we glamorize this potentiality, placing a rose-colored dream filter in between us and that thing that we want so badly. Always viewing it as a future possibility, as a romantic what if. Success should be expected. A following should be expected. Admiration of your work expected. These are all inevitabilities, not what ifs or maybes. And I've never liked or subscribed to the term of chasing your dreams. Just the sound of that puts a small pit in your stomach. It again glorifies everything that we truly want out of this life, and it makes it seem like it's like borderline impossible to obtain. Like it's meant for the movies. It's meant for these fictional movie heroes that can get that, but not us. You're chasing it, meaning you never have it. You're not actively obtaining, or better yet, living it. It is always out of reach. This perspective has formed a barrier that has continued to silence extraordinary voices. You're too talented and have too much to offer. You are meant for this. Like that's a foregone conclusion. You're not chasing anything. So lower the stakes. Bring everything back down to earth. Remove all of the fairy tale aura from all of this and place it right here, right now in front of you, to where you control your destiny. Quit placing it on your future self who doesn't even exist yet. A child has no trouble believing the unbelievable, nor does the genius or the madman. It's only you and I with our big brains and our tiny hearts who doubt and overthink and hesitate. Instead of putting the weight of your entire future on your shoulders and your future family and your legacy, and you have to make something remarkable or else this is make or break time, this is the dream run. No. I just need to create something and press publish. That's all I need to do. Big sigh of relief. Okay, I can handle that. Like all that other stuff, like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of, that's too much. I'm stuck in paralysis. It's too much pressure. I literally just can't do anything but create a 10-20 minute video and press upload. Yeah, I can handle that. Instead of, I have 26 miles to finish this marathon. No, it's just, I have to take one more stride. Those are my stakes. I can handle that. 26 miles, that's a lot, but one stride, yeah, easy. The sign of the amateur is overglorification and preoccupation with the mystery. The professional shuts up. She doesn't talk about it. She does her work. Remove the unnecessary 8 steps to accomplishing that very simple, tangible result that actually changes your life. That tangible result being just creating something from an idea in your head and placing that creation in front of other humans. Even if 3 people see it, it is now real. It has a breath. It is alive. It has been perceived by other people, not just by your thoughts. Quit running around this. This is the only metric that matters. You can think of an entire movie script in your head. It can be better than The Godfather. But then you open your eyes and you don't see anyone congratulating you. You don't see anyone handing you any Oscars, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's not real. No one knows this exists except me. It is so easy to formulate, especially in a world where you're constantly exposed to very good work that is getting a lot of attention and validation in your algorithm. And you think, well, oh, I gotta wait until I'm at that level to even have any sort of chance. Like, I'll just look like a goofball sharing these little videos that I made. And I led this video off with this statement because it's the cold hard truth. The only thing standing between you and each person you see hitting that algorithm is that they pressed publish more times than you have. No one is out here cheating the system. Like, if they are, their success will be very short-lived. They climb to that pedestal simply by creating so consistently that they inevitably identified what their wheelhouse was, and they operated there and there only. And this leads us to the second part of this video, finding your wheelhouse. Michael Jordan would not be Michael Jordan if he tried his absolute hardest to become the best carpenter that he could. Spielberg wouldn't be Spielberg if he ignored his calling and committed his life to becoming a professional athlete. Your genetic makeup, your brain chemistry, your physical anatomy, your past, your experiences, your childhood, your unique perception of the world creates a one-of-one puzzle piece that fits in one place only. Half the battle of success is identifying where that piece belongs before you even get good at anything. And the harsh reality is that you can begin, you can conquer resistance, you can do that thing and continue to do it consistently, but still never see success, still never make it. Because if you choose the wrong path and try to manhandle that puzzle piece into a place that it doesn't truly belong, you negate the purpose of beginning the process in the first place. Just like Wes Anderson finding that he was exceptionally gifted at visual symmetry, composition, eccentric characters, cohesive color schemes, like no one can compete with him in this. He found his playing field. Or Nolan with incorporating time, nonlinear narratives, psychological tension, and complex ideas. He cemented his expertise as the one and only mind who can handle a film like Interstellar or Oppenheimer. These artists succeeded because they found that uninhabited world where they could plant their flag and compete at the highest level. They found their puzzle piece and they found exactly where it connected. Find where you best operate, where you can enter a flow state day in and day out. That is your mission on this earth as an artist. For me, when I write down my ideas, when I flesh those out, when I articulate those through the camera like this, I feel connected to a divine realm. I don't feel that when I try to do something that isn't aligned with my perception of the world. When I try to become an entirely different creator, and we've all probably felt this in the past when we tried to emulate something that we saw blow up. We tried to do the old influencer model of, oh, that did really well, like I'm gonna try dancing too, and then you feel like super awkward and cringy doing it. And you're like, this is like completely out of position of where I can actually like do something special. Like I can't really apply any of my unique paint stroke to this particular mode of storytelling. Like, it's just not me. When you do this, you are stripped of your armor, of your weapons, and you're thrown into battle with street clothes on. Like when Austin Powers loses his mojo, or Michael his secret stuff. When you ideate, when you write, when you video, when you edit, you should feel this increased heart rate. You should be stoked to put this out in the world. Like, it should be palpable, because that feeling is directly symmetrical to how the world will respond to that piece of art. If you feel empty, like there's a lack of substance or connection to who you are as a human being when you upload something, the world, again, will respond in kind. Those who speculate on what they're meant to do, what they're meant to create, where their unique wheelhouse is, will never find it. It just won't happen. I uploaded absolute garbage for years, throwing a million things at the wall. Everything was hit or miss, most of which were misses, but I kept pressing upload. And with each publish, I got one step closer to understanding where my puzzle piece belonged. You don't just unbox a puzzle and put it on the table and like, oh yeah, that piece goes right there. Perfect. Like, it takes a lot of time to look around. Okay, that could go there, that could go there. Like 20 minutes later, finally you find where something connects. Before Nolan was Nolan, he was directing corporate and industrial training videos. Was he expecting those to immediately bring him fulfillment and grant him worldwide attention? No, he was just doing the thing, experimenting on the right path and allowing the inevitable moment to come where he found his special sauce. It's only now, 20 years later, that the world has took notice because he kept pressing publish, so to speak, allowing his one-of-one arsenal to form. We are in a fast-paced world. 20-year-long apprenticeships are no longer the norm. We want 1 million views now. We want followers now. We want brand deals now. We want validation now. As long as you set these expectations and raise the stakes, you increase the risk of burnout, distinguishing the flame and putting you back on the path of creating nothing and just being stuck in analysis paralysis. Every upload, every share of your original work is putting you one step closer to being in your wheelhouse, to being at the top of your game, admired by those who are currently where you once were. When you view just starting this way, the runway ahead of you is infinite. You're no longer constrained to quotas, to comparison. You are on your own path to mastery. Deglamorize success, lower the stakes, do the thing, and continue to do the thing because you know it is the only way to unlock the artist within. Prizes and medals, excessive use of external motivation can slow and even stop your journey to mastery. George Leonard. More on this topic later. Take care, Landon.